Yaya reaches out with a wrinkled, trembling hand and places a white stone next to a cluster of Min's black stones. He could have placed it anywhere on the board, but he chose the worst possible option. He's making it look like he's trying to capture my cluster. It's not convincing. He wants me to win. 2 more near the cluster, and Min can capture a number of Yaya's stones. She ignores the bait altogether and places her black stone in a remote corner of the board. Min feels Yaya's crooked stare linger on her before he makes his next move. Another white stone near the cluster. Another stone ripe to be captured. Min wants to tell him, "Stop. I am 11 years old. I'm not a baby. I want to earn it." The sun is setting over the crowded street. This will probably be the last game before Father comes downstairs and gets her. An afternoon of losing game after game to the best Wei Chi player Min has ever known. Min ignores the cluster again, places another useless stone. Yaya ignores her actions, another offering near the cluster. The angry thoughts return. She sits there, drumming her fingers on the table, feeling the coarse stone scratch against her fingertips. Min has paid the price many times over for disrespecting her father, for talking back, ignoring his orders, being unkind. She feels like a freak for thinking respect has to be earned. But she has never been unkind to Yaya, not once. She plants a stone on the edge of the cluster, playing the game the way he wants. Yaya's frown curls into the slightest smile. He adds another stone to the offering. When the sun is gone behind the buildings, and Min tallies her first ever win against her Yaya, Father steps out from the apartment building like clockwork. He watches, arms crossed, and Yaya gives Min a loving pat on the head. "Happy birthday, Min Min." Her footsteps echo across the empty classroom. She didn't want to say anything to Teacher Leo in front of the other kids. "What's the problem, Min?" Teacher Leo rubs his temples as he sorts his papers. "Sir, my parents taught me to mind my own business and not concern myself with how others behave. But I have to tell you, schoolmate Chen has been cheating." Teacher Leo stops moving his papers. She has his attention. "Excuse me?" "Chen paid an older student for the answers to the last exam. I think he's been doing it for a while. That's why his grades are so high." Teacher Leo scoffs, shakes his head. "What is the matter, sir?" "I suppose you cheat as well, Min." A chill crosses her heart. "I've never cheated, sir." "No? Your grades are even better than Chen's. How do you explain that?" "It's like talking to an alien." "Because I study, sir. I work hard." Teacher Leo is standing now, putting his papers in his briefcase. "Look, the Gaokao is just a few years away. Every one of your classmates wants to do well. Their futures depend on it." "I don't think I understand what you're saying, sir." He rubs his temples again. "I'm saying your parents are right." The bell rings the hour. Min leaves, holding her books close, eager for the day that she will never have to go to school again. "You still play Reign of Kaiju?" May's words have a serrated edge to them. A day of team building for the Laser Bears, and Min still feels like the new girl. The team's eyes are on her, waiting for her to say the right answer. "You mean you don't?" This was not the right answer. May puts her boba on the table and it lands with a thud. "No, I don't. I play the game that gets me paid." "You mean you don't make time for any other games?" Again, not the right thing to say. May shakes her head. "She doesn't get it, Wenling." Wenling calmly waves away May's simmering anger. "Min, that 10-hour training session yesterday, that was a normal day. That's what we do to win matches and titles and sponsorships. This, right here, drinking boba and chatting, this is a day where we fall behind. Anytime we do anything besides play Nebula Arc, we fall behind. Min looks over at Lon and Dayu as they sip their boba with downturned eyes and fidget in their seats. She only met them last week, and she thought they were awkward, standoffish. But now she gets it. They just want to play. Wanling is still talking. Do you get what we're saying? If you're ready to commit to the Laser Bears, that means you have to commit to Nebula Arc. There won't be any time for anything else, including our okay. For as long as Min could remember, Reign of Kaiju was there. She watched the cartoon as a kid. Her binder of kaiju carts was still in the closet of her old room. She made her own hero costume. She doodled Rocco in her notebooks. And once she started playing the MOBA, she never wanted to stop. She still doesn't want to stop. Wanling's hand is on hers. It's okay to say no. Some join a team thinking it's just a game. They never last long. Others go too far. They just grind nonstop, push themselves past their limits until they burn out. This life is not for everyone. But you are a great Nebula defender. You can help us take the championship title from the shock demons. And we can set you up for life. Life. Min thinks about her parents, sitting in the same apartment for over 20 years. She thinks about the dinoid stuffy, the one she played with when she was a baby, still sitting at the bottom of her backpack. Maybe you need some time to think about it. Min grips Wanling's hand, just tight enough to show her strength. No, I don't need any time at all. Min turns her back to the casket as it is lowered into the ground. Her mother gives her hand a squeeze, and together they look up at the cloudless sky. She brought the game board with her when Yaya was admitted to the hospital. She knew it would be the last time they played. Beneath her jeans, she wore her Nebula Arc leggings. Min needed a little help from Shining Lion that day. His eyes barely open, his breathing ragged. He was still the best Wei Chi player she had ever met. He only made one mistake in between coughs that opened him up to defeat. But Min didn't take it. She made herself every bit as vulnerable as him and congratulated her Yeye when he won. He asked for another game, and she wiped away a tear. She knew her father was waiting in the hallway and would not enter the room until she left. She watches her father place yellow and white chrysanthemums on Yeye's grave. Time folds in on itself, and Min sees herself in the future, standing before a grave, hands tightened around her own bouquet of yellow and white mums. She never thought she'd see him standing at her door. Father, hi. He's holding a thick envelope with the home address written on it. Min's stomach sinks. This is not going to be the happy reunion she thought it would be. Do you know anything about this? Father drops the envelope at Min's feet, spilling a handful of banknotes. Min bends down to clean her father's mess. You wouldn't have accepted it if you knew it was for me, but we would accept an anonymous donation? We are not a charity. Everything okay? Wanling and the others are still eating breakfast. Min steps into the hallway and closes the door. Father's face is a taut sneer. Please, Father, take it. Let me help you. You'll need that money when you decide to grow up. You don't get it, do you? This is my job, and I'm good at it. I'm happy. You're lying. I can see it in your eyes. This life you're living doesn't make you happy, and it never will. All you're doing is... Min turns just as her door opens. Wanling and Mei are there, beaming smiles and outstretched hands. Good morning. Are you Mr. Feng? Min watches, stunned, as her friends introduce themselves and take turns shaking Father's hand. This can't be happening. Mei gives Min's shoulders a tight squeeze. We just wanted to let you know what a wonderful daughter you raised. I've never met anyone so dedicated or diligent or kind. Father opens his mouth to speak, but Wunling is quicker. Your daughter helped us become 3-time champions. When we win our next championship, we'll have the world record. I'm sure you're very proud. Please, come in. May is motioning to the door. We were just finishing breakfast. There's plenty left if you're hungry, and perhaps you'd like to see some of our awards. Min waits for her father to put them all in their place. He doesn't. His eyes are on her, and she knows he's waiting for her to invite him in. She'd never seen his eyes shine like this before. Would you like to come in? This is it, the morning of the final. By the end of the day, I'll be holding my 4th trophy. The late nights will have been worth it. Maybe then the nightmares will stop. Blink. City traffic is the worst. Min has no patience for it. If we're not at the stadium in an hour. Min weaves across lanes, avoiding the slowpokes taking up space in the passing lane. We're going to make it. Blink. The laser bearers are quiet in the back of the van. They don't think I can handle it. We wouldn't be in this mess if the driver they hired didn't flake on us, or if any of them bothered learning to drive. Blink. We'll see who can handle what today. If we win the final, it'll be because of me, not them. The world record will sit in my room, not theirs. They don't have the... Blink. Min! That was May. The others are crying, screaming as the van grinds against the median. Sparks fly up from the driver's door. Her instincts kick in. Min steers hard to the right. The tires squeal, the girls scream. The sound is excruciating. Min looks over just in time to see a black SUV coming at them like a bullet. And somewhere in the dark recesses of the unconscious, Feng Min dreams of her grandfather, of playing Weiqi, of kaiju. Min finishes her beer and leaves the counter. Drinking allows her to focus on certain details. Like each drop of water floating in the air, creating spring mist that catches the neon light of the signs looming large above her. Even at night, there is no darkness in the city. But drinking does something else to Min. She looks ahead at the haze, watching herself walk down the sidewalk from within. She is not Feng Min. She is someone trapped inside Feng Min, controlling her, seeing what she sees. The distance gives her room to breathe. She takes an awkward lurch forward, and she feels the ligaments around her knee twist. Her knee, the last reminder of the accident. It never lets her forget. Her friends screaming. Her cries of mourning echoing through the hospital hallway. The beginning of the end. Someone rushes past Min and elbows her hard. Roll away, loser. She turns, fist clenched, ready to fight, but the world turns faster than she does. And as she falls to the sidewalk, the word echoes through her mind. Loser, loser, loser. She lands on her side and her head hits the asphalt with a crack. I lost everything. And every day I lose a little bit more. Game over. Start again. If only it were that easy. If only she could just start again, change things. Never lose again. Everything goes dark. The blood on the sidewalk, the mist in the air. Just close your eyes now. Things will be different tomorrow.